Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Riggins, I don't know why I whispered that. I just went, ready.
Welcome to the TJ's ASMR podcast.
Ready. I mean, there are a lot of things that are popular in the world today that are just absolutely weird. I mean, it's just peculiar, weird, and I think that's one of them. That ASMR. I know it's not as popular as it used to be, but yeah. I mean, ugh.
You were going to dig your heels in on a lot of cultural things.
Yeah. Yeah. And what gets me is that it wouldn't be so bad if people would just admit that it's weird. Yeah, I like it, and I know it's weird. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I like ASMR. Yeah, I know it's weird. Mm-hmm. I love watching people eat right into a camera and make smacking noises and drip food all over their mouths and their chests and everything. But I like it. I know it's weird, but I like it. But they don't. They're like, this is the thing. This is not weird at all. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's totally weird.
Mm-hmm.
Watching like pimple popping. I was like the first person to say, like, I know this is odd, but there's something satisfying about it. Mm-hmm. I try to acknowledge that a lot of that stuff is weird.
Now, which came first, regular ASMR or sexual ASMR?
I don't know about what is sexual ASMR.
Well, they're saying nasty things into the instead of doing the smack sound of their mouths when they're talking and all of that. Yeah, that's not a thing.
I have not.
I thought it was. I thought it was where somebody is saying nasty things.
Now that I hear that, I'm sure it is a thing. I've just never seen that. It's not a category in what I've seen.
But one of the weirdest things of all is the thing we talked about the other day, when you have to have a split screen where there's something going on one side of the screen when somebody's talking about something else on the other side. I don't get how that holds your attention. Because you either got to pay attention to one or the other. I don't get it. It's just stupid. Stupid. And if it wasn't stupid, we would have been doing it all along, I think.
Who?
Society.
Well, you
like every TV show from the beginning of TV, they would have had a split screen of two different things going at one time if that were good.
Well, pickleball is now really popular, but it wasn't around 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, new things come along that people can enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that fair?
Sure.
New things.
But I also am the one that can honestly say what's stupid and what isn't.
Well, fair enough.
And so that one's stupid. Split screen, two different things. And I don't know why people haven't paid me for this, to be the one to say to society, that's no good. This is good.
What are they to do with that information that you called it stupid?
They should stop being stupid.
They should stop enjoying it?
You say, hey, you stop being an idiot. Just watch what's on TV. If it's not interesting, watch something else. Why would you want to sit and have to alter something to make it interesting instead of just going to something else? If your mind is, out there fishing so much that you can't just watch a 2-minute clip on the internet of somebody talking without having a split screen of something else going on. People need help, Riggins. That's what I'm saying. People need help. But the powers that be have made the truth a bad thing. You can't tell somebody the truth. They start breaking it into categories as her truth and his truth and all of that. It's just the truth. And the truth is, something's wrong with you if you can't just watch 2 minutes of somebody talking without having something else going on the screen at the same time. Something's wrong with you. It's not a good thing. It's not just because it's normal. Everybody is doing it. So many people do. It's just something's wrong with you.
You need to blame like SportsCenter and CNN and stuff with the ticker at the bottom. Mm-hmm. while also watching a newscast, and they all do it now. I think that's kind of where some of that stuff started, where there's so much information being pumped at you, you have to figure out a way to like show it to you all at one time.
Well, there are countless things that I blame Sports Center and ESPN for that are messed up in our society.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
I don't know how that got started, but I know that's like a relatively new thing. When you watch the news, there's like the bars over on the side with different information. You're watching one thing, and then
it's because a bunch of nerds got in there and started messing with it.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
If you look at the set of the Pat McAfee show, there's like tchotchkes,
and
they all do that too.
I can't. It looks that dry, and I'm not a neat freak person, but I don't like clutter.
Yeah.
And when I watched Pat McAfee, even just for those short, because I've never listened to much, like big long pieces of his show and all that, because I'm not a big fan, as much as I like sports, I'm not a big fan of sports talk.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they just end up sounding like goofballs. But I like him okay. But when I watch those short pieces of him in that set that has all that clutter in it, it drives me nuts. I feel like my wife when she's watching Hoarders, because my wife is a neat freak, and she can't watch the show Hoarders because it gives her anxiety. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I feel when I'm watching the little clips of Pat McAfee's show. I'm like, clean that mess up.
I know, and they all do it. Rich Eisen has the same thing. There's just like bobbleheads and squishmallows or whatever they call them.
And I love Dan Patrick. He's got all that crap on his desk.
Yeah.
I always attributed that they're just men. And men do that kind of thing because they think these things are cool, so they just sit them about.
No, I think that's
part of the set.
Meticulously placed there, 100%.
Man, you would think that wouldn't be popular because there's so many millennials and Gen Zers who are minimalists. Like you throw away stuff that you don't even realize you need. You just grab it and throw it away because you don't want any unnecessary things. And I think a lot of millennials are that way.
Yeah, because we're stimulated by what we see on the phone.
Yeah.
So we can watch 3 things. So it's like, whoa, that's enough. That's what they talk about. And like, I got to put my phone down because that is just like, you're overwhelmed by stuff. So when you finally get back into reality, you're like, I need to just get rid of some of this.
So you're throwing away a toaster.
Throw away a colander.
That you need.
And I love pasta. I'll throw away everything.
And you know how I don't like unnecessary things in my kitchen when I'm cooking. Like Alton Brown always talked about unitaskers, and years ago when I was watching him all the time, I would say, you know what, that's right. So I won't have a unitasker in my kitchen either. But in one of the moves, I thought we had lost my box grater. Now I have the handheld one that just does the small grates, but I need a shredder on the whole thing. And I asked Jody to pick one up the other day. And the other night I was looking for a baking dish that we don't use all the time. And as I'm looking in the back of the cabinet, the old one was back there. So now I've got 2, and I got to get rid of one. It's going to drive me nuts. Do you want one?
I have one, and I never use mine. So will she just return the one she bought?
No, I've already been using. I've been using it for a few weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
My box grater always gets pushed to the back of it because I never do use that thing.
Yeah, and then I see those people that have the thing that you put the block of cheese in, then you crank the handle and it spits the cheese out. I'm like, come on,
dumb,
please. There's so many things on the internet that I see like that when they're doing these cooking demonstrations and all that just drive me nuts. Like how they've gotten into the trend now of mixing things up in the container that they're cooking it in, rather than get a bowl and mix it and pour it back into a pan or whatever. And sometimes when they do it, it just messes. I mean, it's like I saw a guy mixing up a bunch of stuff in a can of corn and then dumped it into a mixing bowl. Like, why would you do that? Yeah. Why would you not just put everything in the mixing bowl and stir it up? Because that's exactly what he did. He put it in the can of corn, stirred it, and then poured it into a mixing bowl and then added something else to it and stirred it all together. That has to be something somebody told him was popular on the internet.
Yeah, some social media trick like, if you do this, that it'll set you apart. Mix it in the can, so everybody's like, what the hell is that? I need to see what else he's doing.
Where would I find, Riggins, those rules posted somewhere, like how they say "our" instead of "the." Like when they say, "We'll put that in our oven, we'll stir that with our spatula." So now we're going to give it a good mix. They say that all the time. Give it a good mix. Nobody ever said give it a good mix when they're telling somebody how to cook something. They'd say, so you stir that or you mix that, incorporate that. Nobody ever said give it a good mix. And we're going to give it a nice mix. There have to be rules printed somewhere for that, like on some sort of a website or something.
Is it limited to cooking videos that you see?
That's basically, what I watch.
I don't know.
It's and you can see how it goes, how it changes with the weeks. Like if something's an older video, it won't say, our spatula, our bowl, our, whatever. But then the same person starts saying it, or when they, change the way they do it, like stacking instead of mixing it in the bowl and then pulling in the baking dish they're going to pour it in, they sit the bowl down in the baking dish that's empty and then mix it there and then dumping it. So it's all in the shot. I kind of get that, but they're also sitting things like bowls and stuff in food, which is not cool.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And those trends change so frequently.
I know.
So I think you really kind of have to catch the wave. Mm-hmm. Like you follow the biggest person that you like and you say, I want to make content. Well, what did they do in that one that made that work? Yeah. But then it probably changes in like a week again.
Mm-hmm. But I just want to look at it because I'm interested in it, not necessarily because I want to do it. And that's why I would never be a good influencer, because I can't just go with the trends if I think it doesn't sound natural. Like it would not make sense for me to say, and then we're going to put it in our bowl. And then we're gonna get that in our 350 degree oven.
Let me say this: there is also a segment of the population that watches videos like Paula Deen is having a resurgence on TikTok, and not her new content, old school cooking videos. And every single one of those comments is, "I wish they would show more shows like this."
Yeah,
Ina Garten, who's another one. Those old those old school Food Network shows. And people, I wish they would make more content like that, not knowing that, they do. But a lot of people just say that it's all competition and stuff and they're trying to ride a wave. But so there is a desire to have some of that classic stuff back. So you might not have to ride the wave.
But it's just like, no, I'm more interested in it from a standpoint of like I am with slang trends and what causes, people, like advertising tricks and things like that, like when you go in the grocery store where they place a product to get your attention more and all that. Or like when people just started saying, all set instead of are you ready? Like at a store, you ready to check out? Instead of saying, are you ready to check out? They'll say all set.
Yeah.
I don't even know that they do that anymore. And when did they start saying welcome in? Because that wasn't a thing when you walk in a store. Hey, welcome in. Who came up with that? And then how many meetings had to happen for them to say, okay, we need to start saying welcome in. That's because in advertising, like we're in advertising, we go with certain things at times. God, I remember though years ago when the head of the radio station we were working at the time had the big meeting and said we were all going to be called influencers now. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be calling I'm not calling myself an influencer. But I just, that's the kind of stuff that interests me. Like, where did that come from? Did you plan that? Did you plan to start saying all set to the customers, like at Chick-fil-A where they say my pleasure instead of you're welcome? What focus groups how did you get the research for this? That kind of stuff. I'm much more interested in that than just sitting down and reading.
Yeah. Both equally boring to me. Well, ask them. Ask the person that you're watching do that. They might respond to you. They go,
you think?
Sure. That's how a lot of these people become so popular. They're so engaged with their followers.
There's another thing that drives me nuts, and I almost left a comment with a ha-ha out. So it was criticizing.
Snarky.
It was criticizing the person, but still trying to be, but I didn't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because he said, and now we're going to add about a cup of chicken stock. Because I told you that one day that they always call it stock because they think that sounds better than broth. They think it's a cooler sounding word. And the box clearly said chicken broth on it. And they're two different things.
Yeah, they're two different things.
Yeah, so they say put some good chicken stock in there.
So it wasn't.
No.
They just lied.
Yeah, or they don't know the difference. That's the thing. They don't even know that there's a difference.
Maybe not.
But see, and that's just my desire to educate people. That's all. I'm such a giver.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do the Graham Slam next. Some really interesting stuff out on the internets. Don't miss it. Coming up.
TJ's Podcast.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Let me tell you something. If you care about your dad or the father of your children, if you care about him at all, you'll get him the best Father's Day gift, which is a delivery from Omaha Steaks. Now, obviously, that's my opinion because I've been telling you for years how great Omaha Steaks is. They're just, head and shoulders above anything that I've seen you can get at the grocery store or whatever. And it was using Omaha Steaks and having stuff delivered to my house way before we started working with them on the radio and on podcasts and stuff. So you need to hurry to make sure that you can get Dad this special delivery from Omaha Steaks. So what you do is you go to omahasteaks.com. And when you get one of the hand-selected gift packages for Father's Day, it starts at just $89 when you use the promo code ACETJ at checkout. So you go on omahasteaks.com and then you just start looking around at all of the stuff that they have. You'll probably, if you want to look at everything that they have available that's wonderful and delicious, you might get out of there in less than 4 hours, but I don't know. It's just a bunch of stuff, and it's all top quality and backed by their unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. So the convenience of it, along with the quality of Omaha Steaks when it comes to, of course, the steaks, and then also they have delicious pork chops and chicken. It's just, my mouth's watering talking about it, and that's no joke. I'm not just saying that because you go and look at their website and you're just like, I could order every meal I eat from here, and I would be so blessed to be able to do that. So your dad will love this. Go to omahasteaks.com. Get the hand-selected gift packages starting at just $89 when you use the promo code ACETJ at checkout. And if you don't, it just means that you don't really love your dad all that much.
That's what it means. Sorry.
And you don't want him thinking that or knowing that, whatever. I thought that we had heard every possible scenario of how disgusting hotel rooms are. You know, everybody's on social media talking about, you know, it seems like every week there's another thing from a flight attendant who travels all the time telling you what not to touch or do or what's the nastiest thing in a hotel room. But this is a new one.
I had not seen those.
And I guess this guy is a doctor because in his video he's wearing a lab coat and a stethoscope around his neck, which
Gotta be.
that gave me an idea. If I just sat and started talking about things and put that on, never called myself a doctor, but just wore the costume.
It's just what I wear.
Yeah.
But immediately you see that person as an expert.
Man,
Like
I could really change the world, I think.
Sure.
Never say that I'm a doctor, but I mean, it's not against the law to wear a stethoscope and a lab coat if I'm not claiming to be a doctor, but I could give out medical advice. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
You know what you need? You need to go home and take 2, whatever. Okay, I will, Grandma. Grandma's not a doctor. She's giving medical advice. So I could do it. But anyway, this is what this doctor says about doing one specific thing in a hotel room that you shouldn't do.
So how many?
Oh, wait. Techni Rob, you may want to play this for Meredith, your girlfriend.
How many of you completely unpacked your clothes from your suitcase into a hotel dresser? Okay. I want to know because hotel dressers, especially those that are made of wood or have joints and crevices, are a risk for bed bug infestation. So it's just not beds that have bed bugs. Hotel dressers can have them too. And they're not readily cleaned either.
Is he saying dressers?
Dressers.
So to mitigate these risks, I recommend to utilize hotel closets or hanging spaces to store your clothes, or just pull your clothes straight out of your suitcase. How many of you guys actually do this or know this? Let me know.
So the reason I said that about Rob's girlfriend is because she's deathly afraid of bed bugs. Leaves her suitcase in the car for a couple of days before bringing it in the house after a trip because she doesn't want to bring bed bugs into the house.
I don't blame her now, though. So I've been hearing some horror stories over the years on this show, on the Ace and TJ show, and now they got me shook.
Yeah.
I'm petrified of catching a bed bug.
And the reason why we're having to deal with bed bugs in 2024 is infuriating in and of itself. We had them gone. Nobody had bed bugs for years and years and years until all of a sudden these things started changing in our society where can't use pesticides that were as strong as what they used to be. And then you got, let's say, looser rules about letting people into the country from other countries that didn't have the bed bug situation under control in their country, but bring them with them. But it's mainly the whole environmentalist thing about the pesticides and all that. So now we're having to deal with bed bugs. And it's not just here or there. I mean, they're all over. We had a bed bug situation with our charity Ace and TJ's Grin Kids one year when we were at Disney. And if they'll have them at Disney,
My God, not the happiest place on earth. Yeah, I'm terrified. But I'm also not a person that uses those dressers. And I know that's like a big argument on the internet. Like a woman said, I can't believe I married a guy that uses the dressers in the hotel rooms. But it's kind of evenly split among men and women who uses those dressers.
Okay, but taking the bed bug situation out of it, why should you not use? Is it just because of bed bugs?
No, they're just like, I can't. Who uses those? Why don't you just take them out of your suitcase or hang it up in the closet? Like they're just like, it's not even a consideration. I'm not using that dresser because I'm not doing it. I'm not living here.
Yeah, it depends on how long I'm going to be there. If I'm there for more than 2 days, I'll probably use it.
Yeah,
for my drawers and stuff, my sleeping drawers.
You got sleeping drawers?
That's the only time I wear drawers.
Do you call them your sleeping drawers?
Yeah.
Let me put on, like when Jody says, I'm going to go take a bath and put on my pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
you got to go put on your sleeping drawers.
Or I'll say, I'm gonna have to break down and get some new sleeping drawers.
Okay.
Which I did the other day.
Baggy or boxer briefs?
They are 100% soft cotton, with a really soft elastic band. Boxers. Not boxer briefs. Right. Boxers. I want them when I'm sleeping. I want that soft cotton to be baggy.
When I hear the word drawers, I think boxers for some reason.
See, growing up, draws were briefs.
Right,
That's what everybody. Well, there was no boxer briefs when I was growing up.
It's just crazy.
Now, if I do put on draws when I go to walk around the track or work out or anything like that, I'll wear draws, and that's when I wear boxer briefs.
Yeah.
You give the boys a house. But it's mainly just to keep my thighs from rubbing together.
Yeah.
My thick thighs. My greasy thighs.
But this guy has another video, and he was saying, I don't know if he said it in the video, but he said the best idea is to take your luggage and just put it all in the bathtub. And take it out every time you need to take a shower, because the bed bugs won't go over the, what do you call that? Not linoleum, the fiberglass of the tub or the ledge of the shower. They won't go over that. But if it's made of wood, they might be attracted to it. Yeah. It's like, well, okay. If I got to put my luggage in the bathtub, it's like, I don't even know if I want to stay in a hotel at that point.
And that means still paying $200 a night to have to do that. Right. You're paying $200 a night and having to hide from bed bugs.
Yeah. There's a woman that says, here's what you do every time. You get the iron out, and then you go to the bed, pull the cover back, pull the sheet off, pull the bed protector off, and then hold the iron on the bare mattress. And what that does, that heat will draw them out to the corner. They will emerge if it gets too hot. Like they were saying, you keep your luggage in a car, and it'll draw them out, and that's how you can determine if it's got bed bugs.
But I don't understand why you would want them why you would rather have them in your car. I wouldn't want bed bugs biting me that's unsafe. While you're trying to drive to work and you got bed bugs all of a sudden in your car.
When Meredith keeps her luggage in the car to kill them.
Oh, it will kill them?
That heat.
Oh, but won't it burn a hole in the mattress? With the iron, wouldn't that burn a hole in the mattress?
I would have thought so. Maybe she put it on a towel or something before she did it, but she was like, this is what I do every time I check into a hotel room. There's a lot of that content out there, too.
Yeah, no, it's just so hard to live, Brother Riggins. I mean, come on. You can't even go to a hotel and enjoy a little, couple nights out.
When you start opening your third eye and you start seeing what's really going on out there. It's scary. Some of the stuff is scary.
And I saw a few things out of my chakras the other day.
Did you?
I didn't like it one bit.
Which one? The chakra in your cheek?
No, I have anal chakras.
You have butt chakra.
It's dark most of the time.
I bet it is. Hell, I can't see. It's dark in here.
Jody, my chakras are screaming. All right, so we got stupid celebrity stuff coming up next.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. but we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Riggins, I can't believe you haven't made fun of my shiny green shirt today. It was very green.
It is very green.
The other day I wore a shirt that had green writing on it, like a neon green writing, and it was a black shirt that just had the neon green, and you were like, oh man,
Well, it was
turn that down. Huh?
It was neon.
This is as bright a green, isn't it?
No. No, and I actually, when you walked in, I thought you were wearing the matching hat. Because I just quickly glanced at you, and I was like, oh no. But it's not.
It's color coordinated, but it's not matchy.
Right. Very important for spring, summer 2024.
What, to match the hat
Match the hat.
to the shirt. Mm-hmm.
I used to do that when I was in college. That was like a big thing. You get the right, I don't know if you remember them. They were the college hats that just had the like USC.
Yeah.
And they were white snapbacks, and you would get the right color one to match your shirt. You know,
Yeah.
Abercrombie days.
I still do that though. Like I would never wear a hat that's navy with a black shirt.
Oh yeah. How many hats do you have?
A bunch. Yeah. I mean, I'm a professional hat fisherman.
Yeah. You got a lot of clothes, I feel like.
I really don't. I used to. I used to have a lot of clothes. Nice ones too.
What did you do with them? Donate them or give them to somebody? Why don't you have as many clothes?
Well, because, they shrunk so badly.
Did they?
Yeah.
Everything?
I mean, it's almost like every nice thing I had several years ago, just all of a sudden one day, it just shrunk in the dryer and it didn't fit anymore.
And what do you throw them away?
No, I donate them.
You do donate?
Yeah. The goodwill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to spread goodwill.
Sure.
So, Jennifer Lopez, who I have always said is not what people give her credit for being. I don't think Jennifer Lopez is a nice person. I think, it's just my personal opinion, I think she is probably a hellcat, hard to deal with, hard to get along with, what a lot of people would say is high maintenance.
Yeah.
And the evidence follows her, And so now she's been married to Ben Affleck, who's also, I don't think, a dream to try to get along with. And all of these rumors have been going that they went from just being, the perfect couple, they found each other again, and to now people saying that their marriage is over, they hate each other, whatever. So she says that it's just all a bunch of negativity and people need to shut up.
Yeah.
I don't like the negativity. I'm about love. Isn't that what she said? Something like that?
Yeah.
I'm about spreading love.
Seems like there's a lot of negativity out there in the world right now, but don't let the voices of a few drown out that there is so much love out there. We're fine. J-Lo, we're okay. Right? We're not stressing out about your drama with Ben Affleck. No one cares.
And you know what?
It's interesting.
Right. But and no one is saying they're surprised by it either.
Yeah.
Nobody thought, those two crazy kids are going to make it this time. Nobody
rooting,
thought that.
Yeah.
You didn't even think that.
Come on.
I'm guessing.
This kind of reeks of like taking yourself a little too serious.
Well, and it also reeks of having to go out and do some PR work.
Yeah.
Because every time you look at, he's become a meme now.
Yeah.
Because every day it seems like somebody gets a picture of him in public looking like he's just ready to punch a wall. Looks miserable.
Absolutely miserable. So much negativity out there. Now we're looking at photos of your husband outside of Dunkin' Donuts, smoking cigarettes, looking like he's ready to end his life. Dude, don't lecture us about there's so much negativity in the world. Please. What are you talking about? We'll be okay. We're going to survive. God forbid you and your husband break up. The world is going to be okay.
Sure.
Relax.
And I'm sorry we don't look at pictures of you and your husband out in public together when you look like you could kill each other and then go, you know what? I think they are right on track. Don't criticize them. But she is not used to that. She's not. She's not used to people criticizing her. And people, I think, are blind to the stuff that I've always seen and talked about. Like your average person only focuses on how much they like her as a performer and because she's beautiful, defying the odds of aging and, all of that stuff. Because people, how they do those Febreze commercials? They say you've become nose blind to something. If you sit up in a stink smell, you don't smell it. Kind of like if you're doing a serious number 2 and then you forget something in the bathroom after you've left and you walk back in there and it's way worse than when you're just in there before you walked out. Same thing with her, is that people have just become nose blind to the fact that she, has a history of showing signs that she's not easy to deal with. That she's, difficult, as they say. But certain celebrities just get a pass on all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So same with Oprah. Anybody criticizing Oprah they're just the devil. Yeah. But there are things about Oprah that, are not perfect. Mm-hmm. But you better not say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'll say any damn thing.
You'll say anything about Oprah.
But you also have to look at the fact that these celebrities, they're not real most of the time. They're not, like, you don't know the real them. And I think that goes with the territory of being a big celebrity. I'm not saying that just to be piling on or anything, but I think if you're that big of a celebrity, it's hard to let people know what you're, all the negative things about your personality.
Yeah. Or even just random facts about you. That's why Tom Cruise stopped talking about being a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Because it hurt him professionally and hurt him in the public eye. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, I guess I'm going to stop talking about my religion, because people didn't like it very much. But that's part of your job as a celebrity.
Yeah, they're like, he's going to be in hell one day. I don't know if I want to go out and support him, and all of that.
As soon as he stopped talking about it, he comes back as the world's biggest movie star, Top Gun Maverick, and now he's like, America's favorite again.
Yeah.
I wish he would start talking about Scientology. It's the most interesting thing about him.
But don't they have a special program where if you reach a certain status of celebrity and you join the Church of Scientology, that you don't have to do all of the stuff that the day-to-day people do with all
you get fast-tracked.
The studying and the testing and all of that.
Yeah.
Because Leah Remini says she didn't reach that status. She was, even when she was on in her show, King of Queens was number 1. During hiatus, she'd still have to go do all of her Scientology requirements and everything and buy all these books and stuff like that. But I can't picture Tom Cruise sitting around doing that all day.
No. Yeah, she even said, like, they made him, like, whatever the Gold Star Admiral is. And she was like, I've been in this thing 3 times as long as he has. But they make him, like, the leader of the whatever. It's crazy. But it is fascinating.
And old John Travolta.
John Travolta.
I like him. I just wish he wasn't in that mess.
Yeah.
I sound like my grandfather.
I just wish he'd put that Scientology down.
I wish he'd put it down. And then Scott Disick, who I never have watched any of the Kardashian shows or anything like that. Again, just clips here and there. But I think if I did watch any of them, he would have been my all-time favorite one on any of the Kardashian shows.
He was funny.
Right. But what are they talking about him?
It's great.
He just lost a bunch of weight?
Yeah, so on an episode of The Kardashians, which is now on Hulu, he opens up his fridge, and in the top drawer of the fridge, like where the butter is supposed to be, you see the boxes of what appears to be Ozempic.
Yeah.
And, he has definitely slimmed down recently. But when people spotted that in the show, they're like, oh, it makes sense. You're on Ozempic. But now this headline is out about his weight loss. Scott Disick was eating an entire bag of Hawaiian rolls, drinking 20 ginger ales a day before taking weight loss drugs. Well, that sounds like a bender. You're driving over the cliff. An entire bag of Hawaiian rolls? Now,
I could do that.
sounds delicious, and also 20 ginger ales?
Yeah, I don't
kind
like
of
soft
diet is
drinks
this?
that much to be able to drink that, but I could easily eat a bag of Hawaiian rolls
Please.
driving back and forth to work.
Forget about it.
Just
Delicious.
reaching in there and grabbing them out. And,
But that sounds like somebody who's
Yeah.
unhinged, doesn't
right.
it?
Yeah, it seemed like he was going through something else.
And just get me set up for the week. Buy 7 bags of Hawaiian sweet rolls and load up the car with ginger ale. Like, what the hell is going on? You're down bad.
Do you think you could eat a whole bag of them at once?
I just think they're okay. I
Yeah.
have not fully subscribed to the.
But what about any other, like a soft roll that you really like?
Yeah, maybe. But you're way more into soft bread than I am.
Yeah, yeah. Like those soft rolls. I don't know if they still have them, but they used to have them at O'Charlie's.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the yeast rolls or whatever.
like cotton candy, man. Just like damn cotton candy.
Yeah, sure. Could you eat a whole bag of Hawaiian sweet rolls?
Yeah,
You could.
yeah.
Could you do it every day?
No, I couldn't do it every day.
You walked in and somebody was just eating Hawaiian sweet rolls out of the bag, and that would just be an odd scene.
I could probably eat half a loaf of just regular soft white sandwich bread
Half a loaf?
in the truck. Yeah, just reaching in there, grabbing it, and eating it plain.
Oh.
But you're also talking to somebody who will eat plain, cold flour tortillas
Oh.
as a snack.
Yeah. When we got off the radio show last week and it was late at night, we were doing the afternoon show, and I got home and I had I had my rotisserie chicken. I stripped off all my clothes except for my underwear, and I stood at the kitchen counter and just ate it like a caveman, just ripped off pieces. I said, God forbid somebody sees what's going on in here right now. They're going to think I'm a sociopath.
Cold? Was it cold?
Ice cold.
Yeah.
Ripping into it.
With,
So gross.
With a scratchy record of classical music as loud as you could get it, like
Exactly.
a serial killer.
Yeah. Such a mess.
Well,
That
you
was
know,
not a proud moment.
they're saying that I know it's not true, but they were joking yesterday about Tua, the quarterback of the Dolphins from University of Alabama. Yeah, he's lost so much weight in the offseason that Tyreek Hill, his one of his receivers, was joking with the media about, you been on that, what do they call that stuff, everybody? That Ozempic or something?
Really?
Yeah.
Was Tua chunky?
Yeah, he's chubby.
Oh,
yeah.
is he?
Yeah. Not now. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
it's
trying to
it's
picture
it's
what he
very
looks like.
significant
All I'm seeing is
because he had a little round, chubby face and the whole thing, and he looks like a little kid now.
Really?
I think they said he was 230 something pounds,
Oh, get it, you get out.
but that's not all fat. I mean, he just looked a little pudgy.
Yeah,
But he's lost, obviously he's probably lost muscle weight and everything else. But they're not saying how he did it,
really.
but everybody's talking about it.
Would that be against the rules? Are you?
I
allowed
don't
to do
know,
that?
probably.
You'd be allowed to do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just don't. It's a diabetes medication, so I don't picture that many NFL players having diabetes to have to take it. But I don't know whether that be considered a performance enhancing drug or not. But I didn't know you could have that in the refrigerator at home and just give yourself a shot. I thought that was something you had to go to the doctor's office to get every week or every month or whatever it is.
I did too.
But I guess if you're a celebrity, you can do whatever.
I think all the rules don't apply.
Yeah, or he may have a doctor that comes by and gives him the shot every week or something.
Very possibly.
Scott Disick.
Yeah. But I'm glad he's given up that one bag of Hawaiian rolls and 20 ginger ale. 20 ginger ales?
well,
Ugh. I like
drinking-
ginger ale.
I do
That's
too.
too much.
But drinking that much, that many soft drinks a day of any kind. Like how many Cokes does Donald Trump drink a day? And they say he drinks a lot of Cokes every day.
I think he does. It's Diet Cokes, right? Or is it regular Coke?
I thought it was regular Coke. Let's see. How many Cokes does Trump? I'm asking Juggle here. It is just how many how much diet soda the president consumes. Trump has a button to summon household staff. We knew that
Yeah, I saw
for one of the 12 Diet Cokes he drinks each day.
12.
Yeah.
Damn.
He doesn't drink alcohol, though.
Yeah, he's no alcohol.
If you had a button that you could press, but you could only ask for one thing when you hit that button, like the button goes to the person, and you don't even have to communicate with them other than hit the button. The bell rings, and they know to bring you this one thing. What would it be?
It wouldn't be cheesesteaks because I would want to use this button all the time. That's my favorite food. So it probably
That's what I'm
have to
saying.
be a
Something you have,
beverage.
a lot. Beer?
Maybe a beer, ice cold beer, draft beer.
Yeah, that would probably be mine too.
Draft beer in an ice cold glass. Please. That would be a problem. A problem.
Hit the beer button.
Hit the beer button. Bing. Yeah, that'd be amazing. What would you have?
That'd probably be beer. Yeah.
Ice cold.
Because I can't think of anything that I eat, that I consume more than that on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
you wouldn't want it all the time. Maybe somebody like put the Jewel in my mouth or something. Like I could just hit the rip a vape or something. That'd be kind of sick.
Or they bring me one vanilla wafer.
Yeah, half a flour tortillas.
Yeah. But then you'd have to have a signal where if you hit it twice, it would mean bring 2 beers. Like if you had a guest, you'd say, "Hey, you want a beer?" I'll hit the beer button.
Sick.
Maybe turkey legs.
Just like old school. King Henry.
Cook, where's my dinner?
Feed me grapes. I never understood that when they were laying out by the pool and feeding grapes from don't hang it over my face like I'm getting teabagged by these grapes.
You're a giraffe.
Yeah. What is that? This is so weird. That's a choking hazard as well.
But now I'm trying to think of anything else that I would want on that regular of a basis.
A lot. You got to use it a lot.
Yeah.
So it probably wouldn't be food. Unless it's like one chip at a time, and that's not even satisfying.
No. And it'd have to be something. I mean, you wouldn't want to have something like if you're hitting it for a beer. Like I don't drink beer every day, so I don't know if that would work for me. You do.
Oh, good. Neither do I.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem. Somebody drinking beer every day. I mean, oof, man. Well, that'll give me something to stay awake for tonight, trying to figure out what the perfect thing would be.
Your love button, we could call it.
Exactly. You can put it on the internet and ask people what they'd want with their love button.
That's right.
What would you get? All right, that's it. Thanks for watching and listening.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.